Good afternoon. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Welcome to the Sunday afternoon live. And I'll be back in 30 seconds, but question, who is ready to talk about saving money? Answer in a minute. Who's ready to talk about saving money? A heck of a lot of people, including my viewers. Besides my viewers, I have a bunch of video clips one from Money Mom, one from Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel, one from Steve, one from Patty from the Life with Patty channel. And there would have, in addition to that, been one from Kate Caden because she was so kind to create one, but a technical problem had interfered with that for today. But her film clip will play, hopefully, on the next or very soon upcoming show. We're going to get started right away with the viewers' comments first. Okay. By the way, take this as an opportunity in case anyone has a question for me, especially in reference to recent shows that have been on the air for the last few days. If you have any questions for me, now's your opportunity, but we'll get to those questions later on. Okay, let me get over to the viewers' comments. And I have to say, some of the greatest stuff, well, if not most of the greatest stuff, comes from you guys. Thank you so much for it. Okay. Let's just get my viewers' tips. And let me go over to the comment section and say hello. Debbie, how are you? Life with Granny T, how are you? Saying hello to Jan, myself, to Debbie. Everybody's interacting. Hey, Patty, how are you? Hey, everybody. Okay, I have my viewers' tips. Here we go. This one came from a viewer by the name of Leisure 057 blank. Okay, Leisure 057 blank suggests to save more money by reducing expenses, increasing income, then use the excess only to reduce the expenses. Hello, I like that. Thank you so much. A Motown girl living in a southern world says, take advantage of the free library. You know, that's a resource I say a lot of people, we kind of we don't utilize as much as we really could. Maybe some do, but I mean, even myself, I don't, and I really should. You could go to Amazon Prime without a membership for free books and using a phone app called Libby, Libby. Never heard of it. Thank you so much for mentioning this. For free books on your phone. More comments? Hello, Simply Tammy. How are you? Hey, Granny Prepper. How are you? Interaction. There you go. Interaction. Okay. And more. Interaction. Yay. So there's this phone app called Libby, which never heard of. Sounds really good. And you could get your books on your phone through that. Motown Girl also suggests, instead of buying small bags of snacks, for example, to pack up a whole bunch of your own. So buy them, the big one, get your own small bags at home that you have, and make your own snacks from that. That is a great idea and definitely a money saver. Eileen Lester, hey Eileen, just saying. Eileen Lester mentions as a recipe swap out. Remember recently I uploaded a video about recipe swap outs? Okay. Eileen Lester mentions as a recipe swap out to use, instead of ground ginger, if you're out of ground ginger, that you can use the same amount of allspice. So keep that in mind. Okay. Lisa Miller said that she heard of garbanzo beans used as an egg substitute. Hello, I never heard of that, but that's interesting. In a liquid form. Anybody there ever hear of that? Never heard that, but it sounds interesting to say the least. There you go. Okay. Hi, Sheila. How are you? Okay. Lucy M mentioned this. Lucy M mentioned a friend who makes homemade pizza on bagels or panini bread, but guess where? In the air fryer. Never did that. And I have an air fryer. I need to utilize it a little more than I do. I really do. I use it mainly for potatoes, but there's life beyond sweet potatoes. There's life beyond white potatoes. I definitely have to utilize it a little bit more. Okay. Mandy Fields, thank you, Mandy, and thank you everyone thus far for your comments. Mandy Fields mentions to buy, here's a whole bunch, really important. Buy whole milk and add water to stretch it. Save butter wrappers to grease pans. Color your own hair. I do that. Color your own hair. Unplug things that you aren't using because, believe it or not, still energy is coming out, even if your device is so-called down. So definitely waste some energy, waste some money. Hello. More hellos. Hey, Walt, how are you? And some more friendly hellos. In addition to that, Mandy Field says it's a great idea to make your own cleanser with Dawn dish liquid, vinegar, and water. Oh, I attest to that one. That is a great one. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I really, really like that one. It works great. Stay out of stores. This sounds awfully familiar, and you'll see why in a minute. Learn to be happy with what you have. Thank you for mentioning that, Mandy. I really appreciate that. I think for some reason or another, we're always looking for bigger, better all the time. Sometimes we could be maybe better at peace by making peace with what we have and making the best of what we have. And it's actually cheaper in the long run. Walt, where are my trusty glasses today? Okay. Walt says, hi to your old neighbors in Brooklyn, New York, and Santa Rosa, California. Well, hello to them. Hey, sis Violet, how are you? Nice to see ya. Granny Prepper says, use power strips and turn them off when not in use. Patty says, Walter, do you live in Santa Rosa now? No, he does not. That I could tell you. Sheila says, contentment and gratitude is where it's at. Yes, Sheila. Yes, yes, you nailed it. Totally agree. Who agrees with that, for real and for true? Stay out of stores. Learn to be happy with what you have. And I really love this point. This point is so cool. A clean home is more important than how expensive your sofa is. You can use throws and pillows for a new, fresh look. You could paint and mend things for a new, fresh look. And shop clearance and mark down on items. And you could base your meals on what you have. You guys rock. I mean, how cool is that? How smart is that? Love it. More interaction. And more interaction. And Granny T mentioned a whole bunch of wonderful ideas, but that was in response to my video on the What Would You Do video. And we could talk about that at another time. But I'm really, really super hyped and excited because I'm going to step on over to some amazing video clips. Walt, what you got to say? Oh, Walt moved from Cali in late 2010, had to return to Ohio to care for family members, and he does miss Cali. Yes. Who wouldn't miss Cali? I mean, really? I hate when one here does that. Hey, who's adjusting to the time change? Do you like this time change? I do. I do. I just don't like losing that hour of sleep. And by the way, happy PI Day. Some people call it Pi Day. Well, it's Pi Day for the mathematical equation thing, but some people celebrate Pi Day with like pie. And there's a pie I'm going to talk about later, but I want to get over to those video clips. And the first runner up, no, the first video clip comes from, and thank you, ladies, and also for Steve, thank you so much for these wonderful tips. Let's get started with a tip from good old Money Mom from the Sensible Living with Money Mom channel.
Hi, money saving tip for groceries. I know right now everybody's wanting to stockpile and prepare food and supplies for in case of an emergency. That's a fabulous idea. But before beginning that process, please do your research so that you know what supplies are the best to stockpile, how to properly store them, and what your family actually needs. So that way you're getting the most value for the money you spend. Thank you.
Dawn, Money Mom, I couldn't agree with you more. It doesn't make sense to spend money on things that like your family doesn't use and family doesn't really need. It just doesn't. And especially in terms of stockpiling, think carefully before you make that purchase. Thank you so much for that wonderful video clip. And now we're going to head over to, let me just pull him up, Steve.
Hello, everybody. Jan from New York City Saves Money wanted me to do a money saving tip to share with all of you. It's relatively simple. All you have to do, of course, you go by your budget and what it will allow you to do, but you can start with as minimal as a $1 bill and save it for 30 days, which will give you $30. But depending on how much of a budget that you have to work with, you don't have to use $1. It can be a $5, it can be a $10, a $20. It all depends on your finances. I myself use this method. I usually do a $5 bill. That usually works comfortable for me. I have $35 at the end of a week, and then that gives me $140 at the end of 1 month. So that works for me. And yes, I have roughly about, I'm not sure right off what, about $1,600 by the end of a year, free and clear. So that's one of my money saving tip methods that works very well. And it's not hard to do, it's very easy, simple on the pocketbook. Anyway, that's my tip. Thought I would share it with you, and hope to see you guys in the near future.
And if you don't already know, Steve has his own channel, the Steve Young Pine channel. Head on over there. And Steve and I are in total agreement with that. We are both on the exact same page because some of you guys have actually, and some people still do it, the $1 a day challenge. Why not? It works. That's why it works, because you do it. Okay. Let's head on over now to another wonderful tip. Patty from the Life with Patty channel. Thanks, Patty.
Good morning, Jan, and good morning, all of Jan's wonderful subscribers and friends. I am here to help Jan out. She wanted a little tip from a few of our channels on ways that we save money. Let me tell you something, folks. I like to spend money, but I need to save money. I've been having lots of dental work done and work done to my car, and so for that reason, I have to save money. My biggest and best way for me personally to save money is to stay out of the stores. Do not go to a store just to browse around, because if you do, you will be tempted and you will buy. I have told myself now I will not go to the grocery store unless I absolutely need something, because I am stocked up on groceries. I'm going to use what I have in my house. And if I run out of something, the other day, I had to go to the store for just coffee filters and yogurt. That's it. And I went in there, I bought just those two things and came straight out. I have to stick to my shopping list and stay out of the stores. Also, I find nothing wrong with using generic. I use generic items all the time and I don't have a problem with them. So for me, best way to save money, stay out of the stores unless it's very important. Stick to the list that I'm going into the store with, and I buy generic all the time, and it works just great for me. You guys have a great day. Take care, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Oh, Patty, thank you so much for those wonderful tips. And it is true. Stay away from the stores. But I have to tell you, and it's probably going to be the next live, what about the temptation of online shopping? That is another world. It is one thing, and I agree 150% with you, Patty, on everything you said on all counts. But what about online shopping? Online shopping can be practically addicting if we're not careful. I do believe that we should approach that subject completely and separately to talk about on a future show. Okay? Okay, there you go. Thank you, Patty. And we're not finished yet. We have Debbie from the How Debbie Saves channel. Thanks, Debbie. Here you go.
So you asked for money and time saving tips, and I've got them. I believe that the most money that you can save has to be before you even step into the grocery store. What I do is I meal plan. So I take inventory very quickly of everything I have in the fridge, the freezer, and the pantry. I then try to come up with a whole week's worth of meals based on those ingredients. Anything I'm missing, those get added to my grocery shopping list. And I only want to go grocery shopping just once a week. You want to avoid going into the grocery store any more than that because then you're tempted to overspend. So let's say I have 5 meals for the week. I only have to come up with 2 more. Now I look at the supermarket circular. Anything on the front page and the back page are the biggest savings. So let's say there's a roast beef that's on sale, right? I have every other ingredient in my house to make a roast beef dinner. So I'm gonna pick up that roast beef. That roast beef is gonna get added onto my shopping list. Do I need to come up with the 7th day worth of meals? No, because the 7th day worth of meals are the day you have for leftovers. Anything that didn't get eaten up that entire week gets eaten up the day before you plan your next grocery shopping. That way the fridge is completely cleared out. There's no leftovers that have gone to waste. Everything's been used up and you've saved so much money because now instead of having a really long grocery list, it's pretty small because you've shopped your house first. Thanks so much for having me on, Jan. Bye.
Oh, Debbie, thank you so much for those plethora of amazing golden tips. I do believe, especially with the meal planning, I love your idea about the 7th day, okay? And it really pays to plan your meals. It really, really does. And it doesn't mean like you're constricted. It means working with what you have to the maximum of what you have. And Debbie suggests not going shopping every day, but once a week. And I really do love your channel. I love everybody's channel. And Kate, I love you and I love your channel. And we will definitely get that wonderful video clip that we, unfortunately, due to technical problems, it couldn't work out for this particular broadcast. And again, apologies for that. And thank you so much for your efforts. Please head on over to every person's channel that just mentioned. And I'm going to hook those channels up later on in the description box below. And by the way, I didn't have a chance to say, unless I did, but I don't think I did. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a veteran here, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have an opportunity, don't hesitate to click like and share and consider subscribing. Let me go on back. Oh, I forgot one more person that has a tip. And guess who it's from? Yours truly. Part of saving money is avoiding food waste as much as possible. And there's one area where we seem to waste a lot of fruit that goes bad. Try not to buy fruit that goes bad very quickly. Apples last a long time, for example. But if you happen to have apples that are past their prime, or bananas on their way out, or oranges that before you know it will be a problem, take heart. You can use every single one of them in a dessert. For example, you can make an apple bread. Bananas freeze, even very, very ripe bananas freeze. So freeze them up for future use. Do not waste it. Oranges, you can make a wonderful orange zest cake with orange zest frosting from scratch and use some of that homemade, listen to me, and use some of that freshly squeezed orange juice in your cake batter. Yum! You will have saved some money and not wasted food, which we all really don't like to do. And it is so true. Food waste is money wasted, and we don't like to do that at all. We just don't like to waste food, period, because it's just not a good thing. Now, getting back to PI Day, Pi Day. Okay, today is March 14th, and we've all heard of pi r square in math. Okay, so there's like this thing where people with the 314. I don't quite understand PI, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to lie, just don't totally understand it. But some folks are celebrating this day by making pies. Now, not too long ago, I had shared a video recipe on an old classic called Impossible Coconut Pie. And I want to shout out this channel because, hi, Vicky, how you doing? Vicky from the, let me get this right, from the Living in the Moment channel. She was so kind to make the recipe. And for those who haven't seen it and who are considering making a pie, you don't need a lot of ingredients to make this pie. So I'm going to include that video in the description box below. There are going to be a ton of videos this time in the description box below. I want to take a moment to thank everybody, but I'm going to come back to the comments. Oops, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that. Okay. Life of Grady T, great ideas. Debbie, always plan for leftovers. Walt, how Debbie saves. You're welcome. Patty, oh, Jan, you are so right. Throw away too many apples, bananas, and avocados away. And the bananas do freeze, which is an awesome thing. No, avocados are so expensive. No throwing away. Walt, haven't bought clothing items for a good while. Once this pandemic is over, going to buy new clothes. That's nice. Debbie says, Granny T, leftovers save you so much money. Walt, interaction, never been good with math, particularly with pie. However, I do very well at PIE, especially berry pie, and I factually know that. You do love your PIE. Okay, well, I can't believe that we're at the conclusion of the show, but does anybody, this is a great opportunity for anyone that may have a question for me while you have my ears live. Anybody have a question for me? Especially a question about anything recently uploaded, like recently, just to refresh your mind, I uploaded about my first revenue with AdSense. I uploaded my love affair of StreamYard. Yes, I highly recommend this live. Well, okay, not calling it an app. It is a browser-based streaming thing, cloud-based, browser-based. And you just saw what I was able to do. I was able to insert video clips on a live broadcast. How cool is that? Thank you, StreamYard. Just saying. Okay, Walt. Okay, let's see. Somebody's got something to say with a question. Okay. Sharon, got an orange or two. Make marmalade. Yes, I love marmalade. Sharon, is that like really hard to make? Do I smell a possible recipe from you coming on? Just saying. Anyway, okay. Well, it strikes me that everybody seems to be doing well, and that is precisely what I want. Oh, I smell a question. Good. Jan, do you have a grocery budget amount that I stick to? Yes, I do. I work within $60 per week. And that, because it's just myself, and that includes not only food, but things like paper goods, personal care items, stuff like that. So yes, $60 per week for me is good, and I can make that stretch very well. Any other questions? Goodness and heaven's care to one and all. Thanks, Janet. Cheers. Cheers to you, Walt. And Debbie and Patty rather is agreeing that that was a good question. Any other question before I go? Well, anyway, I would like to wish everyone a wonderful upcoming week. These weekends go way too fast. And this is a new slate. Spring is coming, changes, good transitions, good vibrations, good stuff. Wishing the best for every single one watching. Oh, thank you, Granny. Granny Prepper says that $60 per week per person is good. Yes, it's doable. It's livable. It's not too much. It's not too little. I am totally amazed at the folks that can get a grocery haul and make it stretch. And I've seen like countless videos like that. And I take my hat off to you. Countless videos of folks that can do that, like with $25 a week, $30 a week. Now, I remember doing that when I was a struggling teacher, single mom, back in the 80s, stretching like $25, $30 maximum per week for my daughter and for myself. Right now, I think that would really be a stretch. And for someone that can do that, I take my hat off to you. Goodness bless you. Debbie, do you use that amount and stock up your freezer when things are on sale? I do work with sale items. Yes, absolutely, I do. I work my meals around what I see the best prices of, but not to be, let's say, dishonest in any way. At this time, I've been buying more convenience foods because, again, it's just me. I don't have that personal motivation to make a 7-course meal. I'm the type of person, I'd be perfectly happy with a sandwich and maybe a piece of fruit, and I'm done. So I'm good with that. But whatever is left over at the end of my cycle of shopping, because I shop actually once a month, okay? But it's about $60 per week doing the math. I shop once a month, okay? Whatever is left, that goes in my stockpile. You see? And then I start over. So instead of like stockpiling first, I stockpile last. It seems to work for me. Anyone else out there do a reverse stockpile? Does that sound crazy? But it works for me. Hello. Well, that depends on a person. Hello, Jukes is asking, is enterprising best? That depends on your situation, and it depends on your goals and your timeline. It all depends. Everything depends. Granny Prepper, we do $100 per week for 2. Sounds good to me. Patty, you made a carrot potato soup last night. I'll be over at 8. I hope you have leftovers. 79 cents for the carrots, 75 cents for the potatoes. Patty, that sounds great. I am truly impressed. I love that idea. Life with Granny T. Oh my goodness, that soup sounds delicious, Patty. Is it by chance on a video I can watch? Yeah, Patty. Yeah, don't like scare us off like and entice us and it's not on a video, just saying. No, really though, that sounds really, really good. You got to share that recipe. You got to consider it. Consider sharing it. Thank you so much. Deb, those people that are able to stick to $25 a week budget don't have my teens. I do understand. I believe it. Granny Prepper. Yes, I stockpile without money left from the 100. Cool. Oh, okay. Gotcha on that one. Oh, that's too much on that one. Life with Patty. Tammy video will be up tomorrow. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much for viewing. And I really do appreciate everyone's time. Have an amazing day. And I look forward to seeing everybody again when? Real soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for your contributions. Have a great day.